it's Ryan from Hello Hudson, and I'll take a few moments of your time to talk to you about a major change coming to WordPress. One word, Gutenberg. That wasn't meant to rhyme. What on earth is Gutenberg, you ask? Well, if you've had anything to do with WordPress recently and you've logged into your WordPress dashboard, you may have seen this. Gutenberg is a brand new way of editing your blogs and your content on your WordPress website. Very, very soon, version 5, a brand new version of WordPress will be rolled out, and Gutenberg will be a big part of that. Before version 5 comes out, WordPress have given us the opportunity to install Gutenberg on our current WordPress websites. This gives us a chance to check it out, take it for a spin and see what it's all about. WordPress have put so much time and energy into making sure that Gutenberg will last the miles. It's been tested right across the globe by the WordPress community and is sure to be a great addition to your WordPress installation. Now, let's get one thing straight. Gutenberg is a whole new way of editing your content. So, for those of you who are used to using the classic editor, this is going to change a lot of how you actually add content to your website. For those of you who work with us, you'll be familiar with a page builder called Elementor. Now, let me make this clear, Elementor is going nowhere. Gutenberg will simply work hand in hand, side by side with Elementor, just like the classic editor did. Now that you know what Gutenberg is, let's take a glimpse inside to see a little of how it works. This is Gutenberg. Very different from what you're used to seeing with your classic editor, but also somewhat familiar. Now, the big thing about Gutenberg is it now works with blocks, and so it makes it super easy to add content, move content around, especially if you're writing blogs and news articles that you want to be able to have content move around. It makes it so easy to do that. So let's have a look at some of the tools that are available in Gutenberg. Our main buttons up the top here are Add Block. That's where we can select any content block we want to add to the page. Undo, Redo, Page Information, which is a good little section which tells you how many words. And then over here we have a Save Draft, Preview, Publish, a Page Settings toggle button, which makes for a cleaner editor if you want to not be distracted by the sidebar, and then some more options over here which gives a few nice little additions. We also have the visual editor or code editor switcher and some more tools down the bottom here. Over in our side toolbar we have our document settings that you'll be used to seeing for pages and posts, but we also now have the block settings. So whatever block we have selected, we get some settings over on the side here. So let's now have a look at a few of the blocks we can use in our Gutenberg pages. We've got our paragraphs, which is just our simple text, like this one here. Images, cover images, which allow you to put text over the image. Heading text, galleries of images, lists, quotes, audio files, and files. So all of these content blocks are pretty much everything you need to write great blogs and posts when using Gutenberg. So now we've had a look at the main sections of the editor. Let's go and look at how it looks now in our posts page. So here we are in our posts page, and a lot of this will be familiar to you, except now when we want to go and add a new post, we are given the option with this drop down to select from Elementor, Gutenberg, or our classic editor. So let's go and create a new Gutenberg page. Now, one thing we haven't mentioned is at the top here where you would normally see a basic field for your title, it's actually in a way incorporated into our content. So we can add our title here, and it allows us to begin typing straight away. If I want to add a block, I simply go up to our block button. We can also use the more options here to simply add a block before or after. It also allows us to duplicate a block and save this block as a reusable block, which is a great way of kind of templating sections for your pages. So let's go and add an image and see how simple it is. Go to our media library. And it's as easy as that. If we want to add images side by side, we can simply add a gallery. Go back to our media library, select a couple of images. Insert gallery,
There we go. Easy, simple images side by side. So before we go, just a few extra little tips that I found to be super useful here with Gutenberg. Now, just say we want to rearrange our blocks on our page. With any page builder like Elementor, you'd be used to just simply clicking somewhere and dragging, but you'd notice this isn't going to work for us because it's simply going to select what we're clicking on. What we do have, however, are these little arrows that appear when we hover over any element. These little arrows will allow us to rearrange the blocks on our page. So we simply click down and it's going to move them around. So that's pretty easy. When it comes to content, they've made it so much easier to adjust how your content looks and feels. Very, very easy to change the font size. We've got color settings here and a whole bunch of settings which make it really easy to adjust. And the final thing I wanted to show you today was this little shortcut way of adding content. So when we hover over this bottom empty block of our page, it'll simply allow us to type text. It also gives us our add block button, which is really handy having it right there, or simple little shortcuts to add an image. So this is super handy when you're trying to push content out quickly.
Hey, thanks so much for tuning in today. That's the gist of Gutenberg. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Until next time, I'm Ryan. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.